Ist dir eigentlich aufgefallen, dass der Terry Ausmarker drin hat? Kann das sein, dass die Doppel-Sänger spielen?
Now this is how to move. Don't be jealous.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. 30 seconds until minions spawn.
Victor, freeze, set up that trap line to try and deny the push from G2 as much as you can, because you cannot afford to give away an inhibitor this early on. But with the big minion wave in the bottom half of the map, G2, they want to try and take this first tier 3 turn.
Trick getting in as many hits as he safely can. Massive wave here backing them up. A lot of poke can come in from the gangplank. A lot of poke from the Sand Soldiers as well, throwing these down. Spec looking for the cheeky triple barrel. Isn't going to get the opportunity, but G2 are splitting. Oh, bot mid. My God, the Azir damage is overwhelming. They're going to grab that one. Inhibitors next. Perks pushing forward onto Ryu. One more auto. Flash in. One shot, one kill, says Expect as he takes that one down. Inhibitor falls now. And G2, they may be able to get more out of this exchange.
It's payday for Expect as he picks himself up another kill, or his first kill of the game even. But another kill overall for G2, finally getting themselves the gold lead. The kill lead even.
The kill lead, rather.
The kill lead.
They keep the gold lead. They grow the gold lead. We're looking at 9K difference between G2 and H2K, 31 minutes into the game. You can see here the patience and execution coming in from G2.
This was just such a great decisive play from G2. They knew that the teleport was gone. They knew that H2K had already gone back to base, and that G2 could just force this Baron play. They felt like they were in a strong position. They knew that their team fighting was better, especially with the gangplank, with the Sivir hitting that 3-item spike. And then they forced the play, but they take the Baron so quickly that Jankos is forced to make a decision. I'm going to have to try and steal it, but with the wall coming out from Perks, it denies that opportunity from Jankos, and that results in G2 cleanly picking themselves up that big objective, cleanly walking into the base of H2K, and now they're going to look to try and close out this game.
Running down the top lane. They got one inhibitor open. No pressure on the bottom side. They're setting their sights on top lane and nothing else here. Confidence in execution. Poke from the barrels coming down on the hunt in. Sven just running forward to hit the tower. Ryu taking so much poke. Lock into the Iron Solar used to buy a little bit of time, but G2 are unrelenting. One more wave pushing in. Odo has Meganar. Is this the opportunity for H2K to go in? Wallop goes down, but so does the tower. Starting to fall. Perks caught up. Odo looking for the combo. Throws two into the wall. Is he going to be able to get it to turn? Perks still alive on the backside. Chaos Storm goes down. Expects. Picks up the kill on Evander. Sivir grabbing one as well. The team blocks out the shot. And they're going to be able to walk away. H2K not getting anything.
H2K will be able to defend another inhibitor from going down. And G2, not only do they get themselves 2 kills, but they can feel so confident as Expect. He wants to try and pick this one up. I think he's noticed that this task is too big for his breaches, but no, the minions, they're going to do the work for him and pick up that turret.
Expect just going to escort them in. More than happy to let his allies take care of that one. As the Baron buff starts to fade, G2 have already made such a mark on the map. Mid lane inhibitor down, top lane inhib turret dropping as well. Gold lead continuing to grow now, 10K, approaching 11K in their favor. G2 running out of options fast.
H2K right now, they had Odoamne really being that big powerhouse in the side lane, but unfortunately for them, they couldn't properly set up the 4-1, largely because G2, for every play that was happening on the map, whether it was set up by G2 or even set up by H2K, it was G2 that were always responding with some type of global pressure. Now, H2K looking for a potential pick, not going to land the Bard ultimate.
Vander looking for the predict, isn't going to find it in the end. G2 pushing up the mid lane. Getting aggressive here. Just trying to throw down some poke onto H2K. Top lane inhibitor wide open. You can see Gangplank already on the way in. Body block, not going to land. Perks is so low. Looks like he is just going to have to back out. No real sustain options here. H2K taking one member off the map may buy them a little bit of a reprieve.
But now for G2, they're just very aware of the fact that H2K have a lot of wave clear. Have a lot of potential to come back. A 5-man Gnar ultimate, potentially into what could be a 5-man Bard ultimate too. And then you can just eat an entire Chaos Storm. I mean, that's one terrifying combo coming out from H2K. Caitlyn has now got 3 items as well. Her damage cannot afford to be underestimated. So G2 playing this very smart. They realize that, hey, we don't need to force anything just yet. Baron's going to be spawning in a minute and 50. We can just keep the pressure up. We have super minions in the mid. Let's try and pick up this objective, this inhibitor that's likely going to be respawning relatively soon. And then that will enable us to then just rotate round, head back to the Baron, and with that objective, G2 can cleanly close out this game.
Sound strategy is what G2 opt to go for. Definitely have to play it out nice and slow. Can't afford to get caught out. We've seen so many teams overextend or overcommit here in EU. So many Nexus trades, base races. G2 not looking to give up any opportunity to the opposition. First, using the wall to keep it safe as the Sand Soldiers. A little bit of dirty work, trying to slow the poke down onto H2K. Has to be careful though.
Pokes is positioning in a way that allows him to get a lot of poke out, but he doesn't have much support from the rest of his team. And if you just look at all the wards and riddles along that part, as Trick tries to go in.
Goes in, Odo knocked back, but he has the GA. Tempered Fate goes down onto Expect. Perk maybe looking for the disengage. In goes
Freeze!
Freeze, will he fall? Dash backwards, Yanko's buying time. Freeze dishing out as much damage as he can, but Perks is the man making the plays. G2 steadily falling. Perks gets stunned up by the wall. Maybe they're looking to turn this one. Perks, will he be able to make it out? Yanko's barreling down. Flash in, he's gonna get him. Stun into the wall. H2K grab one. Maybe looking for more. Yanko's moving forward. Sven, the rest of G2 backing opposite team. Keep your eyes on Vander. Stun not going to land. They're moving in. Gnar comes in. Knocks 2 back. Expect into the wall. Oranges, not enough to make it okay.
The ricochet!
Ricochet into the back line. A kill gifted over as Vander falls. G2, no matter what H2K do, just keep coming out on top.
Unbelievable stuff from both teams, and this was something that we were just discussing moments ago. H2K have so much potential. Ryu got a massive multi-man ultimate off that forced G2 to have to disengage, and now they've set it for around the Baron. Jankos wants to try and stop it.
Sees him in the bush, is gonna get locked up with a snare connect. It looks like it will, but there's a TP coming in from the back. It's Odo Omne. He doesn't have the rage, but maybe he has enough damage to make this work in their favor. Running forward, throwing down a bit of poke. H2K have to back off. There's a minion wave pressuring them in on the bottom, and G2, maybe they can look to set their sights onto this Baron.
Very risky with Odo Omne still hanging around. Ryu has to clear out the wave. He's now going to make his way back to Baron, and here we go. This is the big play. Jankos, he doesn't have his ultimate. G2, if they can just be stalled away from the Baron to give time for Jankos to join.
Sven, continuing to hit this one. Perks, waiting in the wings, ready for the flank. Back in the block, that one. Perks in trouble. Shifting sands to take him to safety. G2 respecting the aggression coming in from H2K. Baron not going to be given up that easily.
Oh, very tense moment from both teams right there. I hope you guys had your tense music playing on at home, because that would have just ampled up how action-packed this game is right now, because G2 and H2K fighting for their lives. As G2, look at this, they tried to set up the play. This was very smart from Trick. He realized that the Gnar bar was gone from Odo, knew that it wouldn't be recharging anytime soon because there is this small grace period, and then used that as an opportunity to get the pick down onto Freeze. He's forced out of the fight very quickly, and look at Perks. Comes in from the flank, gets the damage down onto Ryu, they secure themselves the kill, and at this point, G2 want to try and regroup, but that Chaos Storm lingers, forces the team to split up, and then because Perks is still left in the base, he ends up getting caught out of position, and now H2K, with the health advantage, want to try and force this. Gnar bar coming back up. H2K feel confident enough to try and force this play. What they don't expect is the damage from Sven. But meanwhile,
Moving
another
in, the
fight
fight
in the mid.
continues. Yanko's pushed back. G2 trying to regain control, but Freeze is hitting shots after shot onto Perks. He moves forward. He's going to continue the duel. Gangplank is too much. The Duskblade spells demise for the 80 carry on H2K, but they still come out on top in the 2-for-1.
Wow, H2K have found themselves a successful fight, and they continue to apply pressure to the side of G2, even 10k gold down. G2 really struggling to know how to close this one out as H2K just constantly finding these opportunities to make their way back into it. They're going to pick up a tier 1 in the mid, they're going to gain control over the Baron, and with 20-second death time is still on the 2 carries for G2, this could be a play that H2K are looking for.
Got to keep our eyes on the Gangplank. The damage from the barrels coming in with the Duskblade, the Youmu's. H2K trying to burn this one down. Trick, he's stolen so much. Yankos, a level down. Can he get the smite? Suddenly Rio's in trouble. Expect dashes forward. He's looking to get something, but he's going to burn. So is Ryu. It's the 1-for-1 trade. H2K suddenly looking to run this one back. Caitlyn and Azir speeding out of the base, but Mithy is locked into the wall. Are they going to be able to get anything back? The chain CC comes in. He's locked down. The support's taken down. Jungler, all that is left standing. More members are on the way. Trick, is he going to keep the fight going? Hesitates on the portal, decides to back off. The Azir, the Sivir, they're both healthy. G2 can set their sights back on the Baron.
Are they really going to go back for this objective? It is so risky. Yankos, he has the Farm Alarm ultimate available. Freeze has respawned. G2, this is an insanely risky play.
Goes on the way in, double buff for Odo. He's slowing down his opponents. He's moving forward on the hunt, burned. Stun not going to connect. H2K, are they going to go back to this?
Oh my word, it's a game of Barons right now. 4 members strong for H2K. G2, they do not want to give this one up.
Trick moving onto the backside. He has flash. Smite is up in just a matter of seconds. I don't know if they've seen him. I don't know if they know Trick is here and threatening. Barrel comes over. Now they know. Are H2K going to back
Here
up?
we go.
2K dropping lower.
He gets it!
My God, G2 grabbing the Baron. H2K have to be happy. Now they can just shift this push into the top lane. G2 taking control. It's not like the steal doesn't even matter. It's just another day's work for Trick as he moves into the top lane.
Oh my word. That was the only thing that could have gone wrong for H2K, but they're going to try and rectify it with a 5-man flank.
Mithy left alone, but the rest of the team, they're moving forward. The Azir tower goes down. The cannon barrage goes down. Perks does so much damage.
Oh!
Beautiful stun. And comes the chain. They're moving for more. Can they get G2 running forward, trying to get the damage down? H2K, Meganar is on the way. Freeze on the back lines, but he's all alone. He's trying to get some damage down, but Mithy has no fear. Dashing forward, it's not going to be enough. Freeze is going to drop here. G2 continue to come out on top.
And G2 get the
Sven over commitment, but he does get the GA, but will drop to Ryu in the end.
Sven overextends in the mid. He wants to try and pick up an objective for his team after their valiant efforts, but unfortunately gives his life away. It ends up being a 2-for-2, but G2 still hold on to that Baron. Unbelievable game so far, Seeker.
So back and forth in this late game. H2K not afraid to fight whatsoever. 10k gold, still backing up G2. Expect laying down some explosive barrels, getting a bit more control. Teams spotting each other out. 3 open inhibitors on the side of H2K.
Just going to take that moment to collect ourselves because a lot of action is happening. So let's have a look at the steal from Trek. 3k HP, 2k HP, comes in, body slam, auto smite. He smites before the auto. That was Yankos' smite. He miscalculates, expects Trick to put out more damage than he does. And unfortunately for him, it results in a steal for Trick to enable G2 to try and set up the push. Now, Yankos, he identifies Mithy coming in from the flank. They actually go on to him to try and get him out of position, but Perk, very good choice to put the tower down. Vando with the double binding onto the 2 carries, into the knock-up Chaos Storm. Sven is able to flash away, but Perks, he doesn't have that luxury. He ends up going down. It ends up initially being 1-for-1, but Freeze, he's on the wrong side of that turret.
Now we got to jump back to the game, though, because Expect has been caught out. Push comes in to save the team, but Perks must trade his life in exchange. Trick still making the fight happen. Expect moving forward. Yankos is in trouble. What can he do? Looks like he's set to fall. He has the GA. H2K, they're just going to give him up. Their jungler. Oh, the sacrifice to save the team. It's a 1-for-1 in the end. Jungler for mid.
And now this game has descended into what can only be described as a bloodbath, as both teams constantly finding fights, constantly trying to force these objectives, but it is always G2 that are coming out on top. Even if they lose the fight, they are always the ones guaranteeing the Baron, guaranteeing the Dragon. And now, with another big objective off the board, surely there is nothing left but for G2 to try and close out this game. As, look at this, H2K, they try to get something back. They land a double ultimate onto two key members. Perks does what he can, but he's not able to escape from this. He's able to get a lot of damage down, and then the ultimate from Expect does so much work. Jankos gets slowed up by Trick. He can't decide what to do. He actually gets interrupted trying to burrow out of there. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. And that results in G2 trading a 1-for-1, turning that into the Elder Drake. And you can see the frustrations on Jankos' face as he has to give away another kill.
Yeah, has to give up the GA as well, not where they wanted to be for the coming fights. The pressure continues to mount as well. You can see the banner of command on the Gragas jungle. It's been there for a while, and it's been nipping at the heels of H2K on each and every one of those empowered waves. G2, though, no Baron to back them up, but a bunch of bonus damage. 135 additional true damage.
So keep an eye on the sideways because there is a big one pushing towards G2's base in the bottom half of the map. They don't care. Their focus right now is on the mid and top. They have the Gangplank ultimate to clear it out if it becomes a massive issue, but then obviously they lose that for their upcoming teamfight, which could very well decide the game. Baron is gone. Elder Drake's still up, but very little time remains on it, so they have to try and force a play now.
Powered creep gonna back up this push. Trick moving forward, the beefy frontliner has the elixir as well. H2K, they need to defend these inhibitors, but when will they choose to fight? Doesn't look like it's going to be this one. Backing off, but G2 just moving on to the next. Waiting, bated breath here for any moment. Odo goes forward, flash forward, chain CC onto Expect, but Perks is still doing damage. Odo all alone, he's gonna turn Meganar at the worst possible time. Perks makes the hero play, Freeze is knocked back, and it just continues to move in the favor of G2. Vander set to fall, the boomerang blade to pick it up. Sven slaying the opposition, G2 moving into the base, and the final hold for H2K is nothing at all, because G2 take everything in game one.
GG's come out from both teams after what was an insanely exciting game. We wanted action, Sifa, and we certainly got it. I thought that that was going to be such a one-sided game coming out from G2 after they had such a great early game, they had such great control over the map, they were pushing into the base, but then H2K were just unrelenting. They had to find any opportunity that they could. They found so many that they just couldn't transition that into the Baron, into the Elder Drake, and really net them an advantage that would allow them to get any headway back.
And I feel like when we look back at the early game and the mid game, H2K were consistently making plays across the map.
Oh yeah.
But even though they were executing so well on some of those, they were always giving up something in return.
Yes.
A dragon, they were giving up something. And while the Gnar was so far ahead, it didn't amount to anything because you got to the late game Gangplank and he just started blowing people up, being such a threat in those team fights. And while Odo had some miraculous ultimates, the consistency was just there from GP. But you guys have heard enough for us, and G2 has taken the first game here over H2K. So let's check in with our analyst desk and our coaches to break it down.
Thank you very much, guys, because indeed they have a lot to talk about. I don't know if we can cover it all in this post-game. You guys mentioned the end of the game. You guys also had your eye and your motto specifically on the start of the game and the bot lane matchup that ended up being in the top lane because you felt it set the tone for a lot of the game.
I feel like in this case, you know, Caitlyn, Bard into Karma Civil is, generally speaking, a pretty even matchup. I think Karma does good into Bard, but Caitlyn does very well into Sivir, and you could argue that it's pretty even. But in this case, I feel like Mithy and Sven completely outshined them and kind of compensated for the weakness in the bot lane that they had with the Gnar and the GP matchup.
Yeah, of course, like in the other way, like H2K managed to do pretty well with this matchup because Expect was like thrown in a really bad matchup with this Gangplank, and even Jankos managed to get a kill out of him a little bit later into the mid game. But I think, yeah, I joined Yamato on saying like this bot lane matchup was really important, and Sirakama managed to bring the tone of the game with this early skirmish that made Sven be really important in this game.
Yeah, and we want to take a look at some of these early skirmishes that actually kind of dictated the early game and eventually, maybe later on down the line,
Start with this one,
result. Yeah, so this is the first blood that we ended up seeing up in that duo top lane. Yamato, maybe if you want to talk about the importance of this for us?
It's like it's pretty simple, you know, they've been pushed the entire game up top side, and of course it's gonna land into kills, but Mithy kind of throwing away the lead, but it doesn't matter too much because, you know, G2 has had priority on the top lane the entire game, and if you have priority in your bot lane matchup, the AD carry and the support, then you can roam into the enemy jungle and you can create these situations where Azir shines, where Gragas shines, and you can force those early skirmishes where Sivir just smiles and laughs.
Yeah.
At this point, like this fight we just saw, like just before seeing the really good Shurima shuffle, but this fight was really like ballsy from G2 because they just lost Karma. Sivir just got the kill top, so she's in reset mode. She wants to base, get items, and come back. But they still get this team fight. This 2v2 is working, then Sivir comes and just gets the kill. So I just think it's really like showing confidence skirmishes with the play of G2, which helped us a lot.
It did, and usually what we have blamed H2K for is not being proactive in the mid game, and then when they're behind, not a lot can happen. Here, though, we did see some moves. We see them talking there, of course, in the end, losing that game, but they tried and made it work. They had one specifically good play up in the top lane.
Yeah, and this is something that the broadcast team have been talking about a little bit coming into today's games. We were wanting to kind of track Odoame and his teleports, and when he's getting into the mix first, H2K seems to be a lot more effective, just like this play. Beautiful setup for this fight.
I feel like H2K as a team